Yes, sir, this is the Raider Nation Report. Yes, sir, every Tuesday. Yeah, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am, VIP is to the left. Yes, the new mini bar is open. Absolutely, absolutely. Please say hi to the midgets on the way in. Line to the right, sir. To the right. Thank you. Yes, we do have a new smoking lounge in the back. Please enjoy yourself. Just past the new mini bar. Yes, VIP to the left, regular line to the right. Yes, ma'am, you have to be on a few weeks in advance. Let me know your name, please, and I'll check to see if you're on. Yeah, VIP, you can go ahead and start going in. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Show will be starting very soon. These guys like to run a tight show. Just getting final things in order. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes. Yes, sir. Doors will be opening very soon. Apologize for the wait, sir. Any second. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Yes, it is Wednesday. Normally we're on Tuesday. Last night was Halloween. I was hanging with my family. I'm sure y'all were as well. So, we moved it all one night, and the football gods delivered a lot for us in said time. We got a fucking chunky motherfucking show for you tonight. Sit back and enjoy, Raider Nation. Yes, this is the Raider Nation Report. Simple directions? Joe's been waiting, as Pete alluded to. He's standing over here. He's saying, hey, come here. Slip me what you should, motherfucker. Let me point you in the right direction. You take a left, and then a right. And as you're strolling down the street, past that sketchy motherfucking house with the boarded up windows, you're going to pass this deep dark alley to your immediate right. And as you pass that alley, this cool breeze is going to hit you, and it chills you right to your skeletal core. And you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. It's blowing stiff as a motherfucker right now. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that those of us that sway just a little bit to the dark side of Raider Nation like to call Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, and when it ain't on Tuesday, we roll that bitch back on Monday and run it back again just like we're doing tonight. It is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes with everything silver and black. And you know, I like to have a couple nights between game night and my show. I like to process things. I told you, I called it. I knew they were going to fire him, man. If it was an embarrassing loss in Detroit, I knew they were going to fire him. I knew it. I had a feeling in the fucking cockles of my heart, my black little shriveled fucking heart, that they would fire him if it was an embarrassing loss. I called it. You know, everybody wants to come cash checks. Bring him to the fucking counter. Bring him to the counter. Every time I'm wrong with something, if I say something, they want to bring him to the counter. But if I'm right, I hear nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, well.
Fatality.
I knew they'd fire his ass. I knew it. I just had a feeling. There was too much outside pressure from the fan base, the outside noise, the bad reports, the talking heads, every morning show, fucking evening show. There was just too much pressure, and you just can't only get fucking shoveled shit at you for so long before you finally cave in. And you know, you're starting to lose your fan base. You'll start to see signs all over the stands. You'll get boos. You'll have it's just bad business. So at some point, you got to cut it. But I guess bad business is what Mark does. 6 years, man. How you gonna sign McWeasel for 6 years when the only thing on his resume as an actual boss is complete fucking failure and ineptitude? You can't look at the resume of you under somebody else's watch. That's not boss. Boss is boss. Boss is different. Having somebody looking over your fucking shoulder and being like, no, Joshy, I don't think we should do it that way. Let's do it this way. Okay, Bill. You know, that's a little different. There's nobody to check you. It's everything's on you, not just the offense and the play calling, and you're dealing with the quarterbacks and the running backs, the wide receivers, offensive line. You're dealing with everybody and the scheme of the whole team. It just, we knew it was going to happen, and the fact that it's already happened only a season and a half in, I mean, how do you sign this guy to 6 years? I don't understand that philosophy. I don't. And I get the people that are saying, well, he was trying to show some sort of commitment to a coach. And I get it. You show a commitment to a coach after this is a performance-based league, ladies and gentlemen. Show me, motherfucker. You show me, you can do it, and I'll show you the money. That's how it works. It doesn't work the other way around. You don't say, show me the money, and I'll go out there and show you what I can do. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. There's a line of motherfuckers to replace your ass with. You show me, and I'll show you the money. Okay, I'll give you 2 or 3. That's it. You kill it in the first year? Fuck, we'll even talk about an extension then. Okay, if you're killing it year 2, we'll talk about an extension then. After year 3, you've brought it around, we'll talk about an extension then. You don't cut somebody a 6-year deal who's been nothing but a failure as a head coach in the league. It's just absolutely moronic. So we seen it coming. And the fact it happened on Halloween, and I just thought it was. We'll get to all that. We got a lot to get to. Tonight, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on the foreplay. Let's get right into it, shall we? Thank y'all for joining me for another Raider Nation Report. I appreciate it. Appreciate each and every damn one of you, especially you cool kids out there. If you ain't rocking that cool kid badge like JoJo the Wolf, y'all need to get correct. Robert Young's got one. I see some cool kids out there. We're doing the raffle next week. What's up, Carl? Thank y'all for joining me. Appreciate you all. The axe falls. We're going to get right into it. Right off the bat. The QB club. The club's getting shifty in the club, man. We're going to talk about that. As everybody's wanting to bring that one to the counter, too. So I know y'all are waiting, fucking dying for that one. It's already fucking Pete's already out there trying to call me out in the goddamn comments. Like, come here! Come to the front counter! I want to see the manager! The defense! We shit on them last week, now we got to praise them this week. Hey. That's the National Football League, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the party. Trade deadline. It came. It went. What happened? Not a fucking thing. That's what happened. ESPN rankings. The sponsor cool kids in the newsletter. Be cool like JoJo the Wolf. We should all be like JoJo the Wolf, except in fancy football terms. Antonio Pierce, the new head coach. Giants preview and the WTF. Fan of the week will be back next week. I'm wrapping up the stuff. Y'all get goodies. Hats are gone. Fucking jerseys out. All the entire hopper's gone except for 2 prize packs. I'm waiting for t-shirts on. That's it. Everything else is out. So everybody's been waiting for their hats and all the other stuff. Everything's out. As you seen, I was rocking my Fuck Your Team hat the other day, so we've got everything in hand. I had some issues, and fuck. I don't like to dwell on bad shit, so I was just waiting until it was right. You did win. You did win. But it's me and you rematch this week. We'll get to that tomorrow night. Fantasy football's tomorrow night. We're shifting it a week too. And we got a WTF for you. So let's get to it, shall we? First segment of the night. It's fucking Halloween. We're all chilling with our families. You know, you got Michael Myers music playing. Fucking people are doing Thriller up and down the fucking street. And then you get this thing who appears. Mark Davis. Not exactly the guy I expected to see on Halloween. But what do you know? He's here. And he's ready to play fucking axe murderer on Halloween. He's getting closer to my heart. A little closer to my heart. Especially when he's fucking swinging that axe, chopping the heads off of these 2 stupid fucks. Sending melons rolling on Halloween night. Come in like fucking Michael Myers style with a fucking bowl cut. He's like, fuck it. This is so much fun. I'm going to fucking lop the head off the offensive coordinator too. Fuck him too. A beautiful, beautiful Halloween. A lot of people on the East Coast, it happened so late, you didn't even know it till the next morning. And you're waking up with your fucking coffee, having your morning smoke, your fucking wake and bake, you know, whatever you do. I don't give a fuck about your vice. Enjoy your life. But, and then you get this news and you're like, oh man, god damn, everybody's doing the happy dance at fucking like 5:45 in the morning. You know, like fuck yeah. As soon as you open your social media, because you know it's like, oh, wait, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And it's sad that as a fan base, we're so elated. We're so elated, but by the blood on the walls. That's how bad it's gotten for Raider Nation. That's how bad. We're so excited for the blood splatter. It's like the dawning of a new day. We got McWeasel and Ziegler blood all over the walls. Fuck it, let's go into November. Let's get it. Second half of the fucking season. Man. Antonio Pierce, defensive-minded. You bring him in. We got a whole section. I'm going to talk a lot about him, so I'm not going to spend a lot on him now because I'm going to spend a lot on him later. He is the new head coach. The assistant GM's been moved up. You moved up the quarterback coach, which is weird, a little odd, but I mean, you got to move somebody up. You're basically just, you know, you're moving up the depth charts of your coaching staff is basically all you're doing. But I thought that I did like the Pierce move, man. And if you watched his press conference, you're going to love that guy right off the fucking bat. If you didn't get to see it, go watch it. We're going to talk about him later. But it was a beautiful Halloween, man. One of the most memorable Halloweens that I can remember in a long time. I tell you what, before I go to bed, I got the fucking news, and it was, yeah. Nice. Nice. But it's over. It's time to look forward now. And if you're getting rid of a head coach and a general manager and an offensive coordinator, you're making so many changes on that side of the ball. You're ripping that playbook out. You're probably going back with something very, very vanilla. Let's jump right into the quarterback club. Because following off of the exit of these, I don't even want to spend that much time on these fucking piss ants anymore. Okay, they came in and absolutely destroyed this franchise in a year and a half. Destroyed him from a team that was on the steps in the red zone of beating the team that went to the fucking Super Bowl in 2021. I mean, they were right there. That's a fucking pass interference. Go back and watch the fucking play. They're a flag away from being fucking first and goal on the 1. And a chance to win that motherfucking game. And to see the team dismantled. I mean, I didn't understand why you didn't give Rich the 1-year prove-it deal. What's wrong with a 1-year prove-it deal for a guy that took the team to the playoffs? You didn't have to give him a big commitment. I would have given him a 1-year prove-it deal. And told him straight up, Rich, we really want you to be the guy. We want you to be successful, but man, there's so many questions. How about 1 year? 1 year, we'll give you a nice contract for 1 year. Knowing that we do want you to be the guy going on, but let's see what you can do continuing on with what you've done thus far. I think that would have been the smart move. Let's jump up in the quarterback club, shall we? Because that's the next big point of emphasis here. That's for damn sure. The QB club. Let's get in it. Time to get in the club. Super Trooper Jimmy G and Brian. Possibly the worst quarterback tree assembled in recent Raider memory. Although we have seen some bad ones. I ain't gonna lie. Been some fucking trees with no branches. Quarterback trees are so bad. The news comes out after the GM, the head coach are fired, offensive coordinator fired. Jimmy G is going to the bench. And he had a horrible performance last game. I mean, horrible. Epically bad. So it's hard to make any argument for him. And the only argument I had for Jimmy Garoppolo is because Jimmy Garoppolo was handpicked by Josh McDaniels to be plugged into this offense as a plug-and-play guy because he knows the offense. That's also the only reason Brian Hoyer was brought in. So that's really the ace in both of these guys' hands that they had, was that they're supposed to be the guys that understand this complex, complicated fucking offense, that you're supposed to be a fucking quarterback neurosurgeon to be able to understand. That's the big ace in the hand of both of these guys, the feather in their hat that you were leaning on. Now, they both proved to play like shit on their own at different times in the offense that they're supposed to know. Now, that offense is gone. They're scrapping that offense. They're going to completely dumb it down, probably come in with a more basic style offense, a la what you've seen Chicago do against the Raiders. A dink and dunk, do screens, work more on the power run game. And I think that's what you're going to get with Aiden O'Connell. I think they're going to play to his strengths and not shove him in. What they did in the game that he started was they shoved him in with the same system that he's been trying to learn and expected him to have it. They did not tweak the system for him. They did not simplify anything. They did not play to his strengths. They did not play to his inexperience. They said, here's what you're supposed to know. Let's see what you can do with it. That's setting the kid up for failure. And I am not backing off on the statement that the kid was not fucking ready to go in and try to even remotely run Josh McDaniels' offense with Josh McDaniels up his ass, handcuffing him, not allowing them to audible, change plays, or do any of that. The kid was set up for failure, and I 150% believe that. Now, that's gone. Josh McDaniels is gone, your offensive coordinator is gone, all of that is gone, and they're wanting to come in with a completely different mindset. So now you got to look at everything. You got to take those glasses off and throw them bitches away that you've been looking at everything through for the whole season. I do too. And now we have to look at everything completely differently because the parameters of everything have changed. They're benching Jimmy G because with what they're getting ready to go forward doing, he's not going to be good with what they need to do. Brian Hoyer, we know what Brian Hoyer is. Brian Hoyer's a scab, and he's always been a scab. He is a backup quarterback that's supposed to get you over a hump if your starter goes down. And that's all he's supposed to be. And he's come in and failed at that this season. It's time to see what Aiden can do in a simplified, basic offense, and I think that's what you're going to see this week. You are coming in the next 2 weeks with the Giants and the Jets in very winnable games at home, and you can go run heavy, power run game. I think you're going to see a lot of screens. I think you're going to see a lot of dinks and dunks. I don't think they're going to ask this kid to do a lot. He doesn't move his legs. He doesn't stretch the field like that. He's not that type of quarterback, so I think he's going to be more of a pocket passer, and I think they're going to work with that a little more and stay within what he can do. Now, I will say that there are some quarterbacks in this league who don't work well with super complex playbooks and systems, and that are just very basic and just need to go out there and play fucking football. And if you just let them go out there and play football, a little schoolyard style, they're super successful. And some have even been in the Hall of Fame doing that. So maybe he needs a little bit of the reins taken off of him. Maybe he needs the ability to call some plays at the line, to be able to make some checks, to be able to do things that Josh McDaniels doesn't allow. Maybe dumbing it down for the kid and playing to his inexperience might be the positive thing. But the offense, somebody just said it. You beat me to it, Robert. Offensive line has got to block for this kid. You got to block for this kid because you've seen what happened when the fire got to him early in the first half. Last game, there was 3 fumbles, and he was pissing down his leg. You've got to let him get his legs under him. You've got to let him get some confidence. You can't let him get assaulted the first couple plays. So let's see what Aiden can do, man. Let's see what Aiden can do. It's his team. Right here, this is the opportunity every quarterback in the league wants. Clog situation there. Easy. This is the situation that every quarterback in the NFL is waiting for. When you're just given the reins to say, all right, you're the guy. Go ahead. Because it's one game at a time in the National Football League. It's one game at a time. Because if he goes out there and it is an absolute fucking train wreck, you're just like, ooh, we can't do that again. I don't think we can do that again. You know? And there's a possibility it could be that bad. I doubt it. I don't think it'll be that bad. I think they're gonna dial it back for this kid, and I think you're gonna see a heavy dose of Josh. But there's that possibility that you can go out there and he has a positive game. Maybe it's not the most stellar game, but you can work from that and you can build from that. And you go forward. It's a 1 week at a time conversation in the National Football League, basically when you get it at this type of a situation. You're getting it at a crossroads of the team. So this is a very positive situation, what every quarterback in the league wants. You're given the reins with a chance to go out there, prove yourself, and keep yourself on the field. All you got to do is keep yourself on the field for the next week. You out there perform well enough this week that they want to put you on the field next week, you've won. Then you go for the next week. You got to play a little better, and you got to keep yourself on the field again. Keep yourself on the field again. You do that every week the rest of this season, have a good offseason. Fuck, all of a sudden you're in the conversation for the fucking backup quarterback, or maybe you're even fighting for the conversation of starting quarterback next season with whoever they've brought in. Jimmy Garoppolo's on a 3-year deal, so he's going to be around for a minute, or they're going to have to deal him. And can you deal Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, what's he really worth at this point? You know, what are you going to trade him for? Fucking, you know, a spool of twine and a fucking piece of cheese? I'll give you a slice of government cheese and some twine for Jimmy G. Throw in some Toadlet and he's yours. All right, done. So, I mean, what are you going to get for that guy? His stock has done nothing. Plummet this season. Absolutely plummet. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. They can release him, but you want to get something out of him. He's a commodity. That's why you signed him to the 3-year deal. getting nothing out of him is just bad business. I mean, you're wanting to get something back out of him. So it's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week, Raider Nation. The press conferences are already more exciting. The first one was great to watch. I look forward to more. It's gonna be an interesting season because I mean the fact of the matter is the quarterback situation of this team is at a low that it hasn't been in a decade, and I don't. We'll see what the kid can do the rest of the season with a very vanilla, basic-ass playbook, but I still am very doubtful in the positive outcome for Aiden O'Connell. In my heart, I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I think we're being, as a fan base, I think we're being a little desperate looking at the end of the bench for the next fucking great quarterback. I just think we're being desperate. Next year, you got to address your franchise quarterback. He was never supposed to even be in the conversation for that. And because you fucked up with the head coach, the GM, bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo was a big fucking mistake. Brian Hoyer's been a mistake. And because they've made all of these horrific mistakes, you're left with Super Trooper standing over in the corner like, I guess it's my turn. I'll be the savior. Because he's the only one left. So yes, it's desperate. I hope he's successful, but the chances are real fucking slim. They're real slim. He's just the last man standing. And here's the funny thing, okay? We're all in agreement. Everybody's in agreement that Ziegler and McDaniels were the worst head coach GM combination that the Raiders have had in a fucking tremendous time. Long time, right? Fucking idiots, morons, not football minds, did nothing but fuck shit up. We're all in agreement with that. They needed to be fired. Everybody agrees with that, 100%. But yet, the same percentage of people that think that also think they were smart enough to find this diamond in the rough at the end of the draft that nobody else was looking at. And if they're idiots in every other single aspect, you're holding a lot of weight in the fact that they're going to be right on this one guy. It's the hardest position in the league to hit on. We'll see, man. I want nothing but what's best for this team, especially with who's under center. And I will always cheer every single game when the whistle blows at the beginning of the game. Who's ever under center, I'm cheering for that guy because whatever is best for that guy is best for this team. So, hey, I'm crossing my fingers. I hope the kid does well. I think they're really going to cut back this playbook. And sometimes dumbed down playbooks. Play to the inexperience of your quarterback. I don't think they did that last game. I think they threw him to the fucking Wolves. We said here last week, and we trashed this guy. Because the Bears game was so winnable, and you came in with this horrible scheme. A rookie, you just got assaulted, and the defense just looked horrible. Just looked like they were not prepared. That the defensive coordinator didn't have them ready, and now you're questioning this guy whether they're the strength of the team. And then you come out and against the Lions on Monday Night Football have this amazing performance on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, some of the guys on the Raider Reaction team were saying, well, you saw it got rid of the offensive coordinator. Would they get rid of the defensive coordinator too? And I think they're honestly your only bright spot of the season. You've seen growth out of the linebackers in Diablo and Spillane. You've seen some hit or miss corner play, but you've had some okay corner play at time. I think your safety play has been really good. Mad Max Crosby's playing out of his fucking mind. Last week against one of the top teams in the NFC on Monday Night Football in prime time. Phenomenal, man. You put points on the board. You were forcing field goals. You were getting turnovers in the red zone. I mean, they were doing everything that a defense needed to do to keep your ball club in the fucking game. Your fucking offense just was completely inept. So, I think the dominance of the defense in the last game on Monday Night Football saved Patrick Graham's job for the rest of this season. Now, he obviously, with what's going to happen at head coach, he's going to be up in the air. But if they continue to grow as a defense and get better and better throughout this season, I might be all right with keeping. I'm not ready. I'm not on the get rid of Patrick Graham wagon, I think, as much as some other people are. I really wanted to see him get some more guys in there because I thought with having Mad Max and having some really talented guys at different levels on this defense and bringing in some veterans and you had some youth, I really thought there was a chance for they could really turn the corner. And they kind of have. I think they're right at turning the corner. They're right there. You've seen a couple performances this season by the defense that you're like, damn, look at these guys. Shit. And then there's been a couple that we're just like, oh, god damn, it's the same old fucking defense again. But I think this was a little bit of a corner turn right here. We're right at the corner, man. These guys are ready to turn that corner. And they're being led by Mad Max. The dude is a generational talent for this team. A generational talent. I mean, they were talking about him on the Dan Patrick Show, and I thought it was hilarious that he's got a motor, like, guys on the defense are like, dude, chill out, you know, like, he just doesn't stop. He's going 150 miles per hour every fucking play. He doesn't take a play off. He just goes. And, you know, as the offensive guy, if you slack off just one play, that's the one he's getting to your quarterback. That's the one he's blowing up the fucking run in the backfield. That's the one he's getting through. So, and he starts to wear on a guy at the end of the game because that motor never stops. So I think Patrick Graham, solid performance on Monday Night Football by the defense. I think he won his job the rest of the season, but we'll see, man. It's gonna be a fucking another crazy offseason for Raider Nation, man. Another crazy offseason. We're gonna be talking quarterbacks. Who's the franchise quarterback? Do you draft him? Do you trade for him? Who's the free agents that are out there? We're going to be talking defense. Who the head coach should be? And it's all determined, you would think, on how this season finishes out, but we never know. Rich Bisaccia, you saw how he finished out a season, taking over much earlier in the season than Antonio Pierce is, and he got sent packing. So, who knows? You never know, man. You never know. Never know with old bullcut in charge there what the fuck exactly is going to happen. He may even come in with an axe on fucking Thanksgiving. Who knows? Just like he did on Halloween. Slicing shit up. What? Oh, you was at the game, Andrew. He's up there in your neck of the woods. That's awesome. I'm sure it was. Monday Night Football. Just the atmosphere. I mean, you go to a game like that, there's so much shit going on before the game, and the atmosphere before the game of Monday Night Football, primetime games, they're fun to be at, and it's a good time. And when you're in NFC cities like that, you got to hit them, man, especially if they're in your area. You got to hit that game because they ain't going to be back for 8 fucking years. You know, I live in a fucking NFC city. I get it. You know, we're getting ready to get our game next year. They ain't been here since my fucking son was 10. He going to be 18. So you got to hit them games. All right, let's talk trade deadline. Let's get this guy's mug off of here. Let's talk trade deadline, shall we? Lots of talks about both of these guys. Obviously, Davante Adams slamming his helmet down. He was pissed off at what was going on after the game on Monday. The absence of Hunter Renfrow in the productivity column. Everybody talked about him. I talked about him. I really thought he was going to get moved. And then what happened? Nothing happened. Not a damn thing happened. We thought really something was going to happen. And once it came around to the trade deadline, there was nothing. But I think the reason you didn't see any move is because Mark Davis has already made his mind up at that point. And was like, listen, after the performance, I'm going to fire these guys. He would have had to sign off on any trades. I think he would have woed anything and been like, no. Let's not trade any talent, any talent capital away that the incoming interim head coach is going to be able to use, and the guys going forward are going to be able to use, because you don't know how they're going to utilize those tools differently than the guys that are exiting did. So I think that stopped you from making any moves when you're literally changing regimes and firing your GM, your offensive coordinator, and your head coach the night before the trade deadline. How can you make a trade? That's just too much flux. You're benching your quarterback. You're going to the rookie to start. That's just too much flux. I don't think you want to trade anybody that Aiden's familiar with. You need to keep continuity and consistency with him right now if he's your guy going forward. He's inexperienced. He's not ready for the challenge. We're just hoping he can work his way up as he continues through. Simplified, I think they'll get it. But that's why I don't think there was any move at the trade deadline. Because the next guy may use Hunter a lot differently than he's been used. I think Hunter and Devontae could be really prosperous in a simplified offense with the guy who just gets the ball out quickly, who's accurate with it, can make some throws down the field. A simplified offense with a nice power run game. Something's got to get switched up with the run game. Because you got the talent there. So something's got to be switched up. Because it's not talent. The ESPN rankings, the worldwide leader in bullshit related to sports. We hit there every week. There's a little barometer on how the world around is looking at the Raiders. And the Raiders didn't make a move this week. They stayed at 25. They didn't make a move. They didn't go up. They didn't go down. But obviously there's been a lot of change. So we'll see what happens going forward. I think it's an exciting point for Raider Nation because absolutely nobody wanted McWeasel to begin with. I mean, when we saw there was Patriot guys coming in, Raider Nation as a whole just wanted to vomit. There was nobody that was on board with that. You know, when he signed Gruden, a lot of us didn't want him. But, you know, a lot of Raider Nation had fond memories of John Gruden, and they wanted him back. So there was a large percentage and you just had to kind of get on board with that because there was a large percentage of the fan base that wanted him. But nobody wanted Josh McDaniels. Nobody. I mean, we were excited to see who the new head coach was going to be. We were talking Harbaugh. We were talking all kinds of names last season. And then we were just like, McDaniels? Damn. Why? None of us understood. We tried to accept it and deal with it because I honestly didn't think, I thought he was going to ride him the long haul. He was going to get a little longer leash. But the reality of the matter is, he looked like such shit. And his team looked like such shit under him. You were left with no fucking choice but to get rid of him. He forced the hand. You had no choice. You fired yourself. I didn't fire you, bro. You fired yourself. You slit your own fucking throat. I didn't do it for you. I just handed you the knife. Sponsors, Cool Kid newsletter. If you haven't checked out our sponsor, the official sponsor, Clear Live Streams. Get that hookup. Go to our website, RaiderReaction.com. Right on the homepage, there's a button right there. It says get the hookup. Click that button, send Brian a message. Say, hey, I heard the Commish talking about on Raider Reaction, and I need the hookup. Raider Nation hooking up, Raider Nation hooking you the hookup. Don't get bent over watching your Raider games, all your other sports, all your other shit from DirecTV, YouTube TV, all that other shit. Hit up Brian and get the hookup. And while you're there, hit that subscriber tab on our website and learn all about becoming a subscriber on our Raider Reaction Sports Facebook page. So at the beginning of each month, we do a raffle. Typically the first Thursday, because the first Thursday landed on the 2nd, and at Halloween, all kinds of other shit. So I'm trying to get all the prizes out. So I want an empty hopper. Some people have been waiting on shit, and I want hats, jerseys, everything out. And that shit is already gone, so I'm ready, and I'm getting ready for the raffle for next Thursday, because we're going to be doing the fantasy show, because we moved everything back. We had Monday Night Football, so the schedule's been off this week. But we do a raffle, and if you're one of the cool kids, like JoJo the Wolf, that's got one of them badges next to your name, if you're one of the cool kids, you're automatically entered in all of the prize packs that we're giving away, and we're going to give away another 10 this next Thursday. So get yourself in. Brando and John won t-shirts last week, which will be going out. They're the two that I'm waiting on. Their prize packs are already waiting, and the shirts are in transit. I'll have them in hand any day, and then I'll ship those out, and then we will be caught up, ladies and gentlemen. So Get in, get in, get in. Become a subscriber. And while you're there, just hit the bottom of any page on our website, throw your email address in there so you can get in on the newsletter that will be going out very, very soon, telling you about some good stuff we got coming up. And talking about good stuff that we hopefully got coming up, let's talk Antonio Pierce, the new head coach. I don't even call him interim. Head coach. It's a new head coach. We understand that it's only for a short term, possibly. We're hoping, just like the opportunity that a quarterback gets, a head coach gets the same opportunity. This is the chance that you just get to grab that bull by the horn and hopefully fucking never let go. And that's what we hope Antonio Pierce comes in and does. Antonio Pierce has had an interesting background. He grew up in Compton, California. He grew up a Raider fan, as he alluded to in his press conference. If you didn't watch it earlier, he grew up listening to NWA, rocking Raider gear when they were in L.A. He grew up in Compton. He was a Raider fan. This is something he always wanted to do. When he had the opportunity to join the coaching staff, he jumped at it. To be the head coach, he's elated. He's excited. He's got the energy. He's got the drive. This guy is a former player in the National Football League, a guy who's actually done it, knows how to get it done at the highest peak level of his craft. He's a Super Bowl champion on the defensive side of the ball. He brings a hardness, a tough-nosed grit that this team has needed for a long time. Not a little fucking pissant, silver spoon kid like Josh McDaniels. This is the kind of head coach this team needs right now. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. He's done it. He's got it. He understands what it takes to get it done in this league. And I'll tell you, man, to be a boss in sports and to be a leader, you got to be a leader of men. And not everybody can do that. It's not just all calling plays when you're a head coach like it is when you're an offensive coordinator. You got to be a leader of men. You got to get a team to buy into your philosophy, your everything, on all sides of the ball. Every player on the fucking team. You got to get them to all want to go out there and work together to accomplish one common goal. It takes a leader of men. And this guy has been a part of it. And as a guy who's a linebacker and in the middle of a Super Bowl caliber defense, a Super Bowl champion defense, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm looking for the promise of maybe Aiden, the new quarterback that they've announced starting, to be able to be in a simplified offense that works to his strengths and his inexperience. And maybe you can catch a little lightning in a bottle down the stretch. You've got two very, very fucking winnable games, man. Two very winnable games. The Giants are a bad team, and we know what the Jets are. The Jets are an okay team with a quarterback that can go one way or another any given week. But they are not spectacular. Both of these teams just faced off in one of the worst football games in recent fucking NFL history. I mean, it was a train wreck of a game with both of these teams involved. They're inept as fuck on offense. Both of them. Both of them. So I'm excited for the chance to get this team back to 500. Get this team to 500 and look at that Miami game. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can do. I think you're right, Billy James. I think you're right. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And I may jump back to these guys. Let's leave these last two topics open. We may do a little bounce back and forth here because I do want to talk about that. I think I agree with you. The infamous Billy James. I agree with you, my man. I think they smashed New York. There's a thing called emotion in sports, and I think you've caught a little bit of lightning in a bottle right now with what you've got in Raider Nation. The getting rid and the listening to veterans, listening to the voice in the locker room, listening to the fan base and making the fucking change for the positive, bringing in a guy who's able to capture and build the intensity and hopefully put a team together going forward. I think this team rides on raw fucking emotion this week. And you seen what the defense can do last week against a good team. This defense is ready and primed against a bad team to really put on a fucking performance. We thought it was going to be the Bears. Hey, maybe we were off a couple weeks. Because this is the game. Because now you've got the emotion of all that's happened. And man, you get emotion, adrenaline, fucking you were embarrassed last week. You get all that wrapped up in one fucking ball, and you just come out. Man, I think this is a big game against New York. I think this is a big game. I'm rooting for the rookie this week. Listen. I'm not. Don't discount what I said about him in the first half of the season whatsoever. But I do understand he's going to be playing in a much different system and a much more simplified system that's built for him going forward. So I'm hoping for positive. I'm hoping that Josh Jacobs can find himself and help pull this kid along through the rest of the season. I'm hoping for the stars to align for him, for the football gods to cut us a little slack. Let's see. I still think the kid's basically an XFL talent that we're really trying to shine the fuck out of, because the quarterback situation is so desperate at the middle of a season when your team's actually still in it. Because that's the thing, man. The Raiders, if they win the next 2 games, they're sitting at 500, and they're right in the conversation in the AFC for the wild card. All of the wild cards. They've got a defense that's shown they can fucking play. They've got an offense that we all know has weapons all over it. The dysfunction's been the quarterback. So if you can tailor a game plan to one of the quarterbacks, fuck any one of them that just works to their strong suits, and quit trying to fucking shove square pegs in round holes and make them work these stupid complicated just because you think you're a fucking offensive genius. Nobody's ever mastered Josh McDaniels' offense except for the greatest quarterback in the history of football. Let's be real. He's supposed to be an offensive guru with one of the most impressive playbooks out there that spawned so many fucking championships. But the only person in the entire world that's had any success running that is the greatest quarterback ever. And every other person that you've tried has failed. So, is it really that great of an offense that you fucking built? Or are you just carried by the greatest quarterback ever, who could have probably performed in any offense you put him in because he was just that damn good, as much as we all fucking hate to say it. We only hate him because he was good. Well, that and the tuck and all the other shit. But, we don't hate guys that suck. I don't give a fuck about Kirk Cousins. What do we gotta hate Kirk Cousins for? Being purple? You only hate guys that are successful and get past your team. I bet he did as well. Tamari, I bet he did as well. He's been in the ear of... Hey, listen, he didn't get his stake in the Raiders, but he's definitely been in the pocket of Mark Davis. They're co-owners now in the Aces, so they're definitely talking fucking football when they're together. Even if he's not technically got any ownership stake, they're going to figure that out because they're obviously buddying up in Vegas because they buddied up with his other franchise. So eventually, he's going to get in on the Raiders. He ain't in yet, but he's definitely in his ear, and I agree with that. But I think this is a big game. I think the Raiders... Dude, I'm just hoping for the best this week. I'm hoping for the best. I don't even know how the fuck to analyze this game. I really don't. We don't know what kind of offense they're going to give Aiden for this week. We have no fucking idea. We know it's going to be simplified. How successful he's going to be with it, we don't know. How's the offensive line going to play in front of him? We don't know. How's Josh Jacobs going to run for him? We don't know. Is he going to get his fucking 3 yards of carry? He's going to be back up to his 5 like he was doing last year. We don't know. Does the defense play like they did against the Bears, or they play like they did against the fucking Lions? We don't know. You got a new fucking play caller. But he was the quarterback coach. So is he really going to call anything that much different? We don't know. But this guy was already talking to the quarterbacks who all three played like shit. So I don't know. This is such a... How do you analyze this one? How do you break this one down? As a fan base, we're all just going in this one just like smiling and just be like, I'm glad them motherfuckers are gone. Let's hope for the best. That's really where I'm at. I don't want to have anything negative to say about this game. I'm glad all the motherfuckers are gone that are gone. Let's hope for the best. Scratch what happened the first half this season. Everything that we've been analyzing and breaking down, and it was all based on the guy calling the plays. And the head coach. That's gone. It's changed. General manager. I mean, everything's changed. It's a whole new regime. It's weird. And to have two very winnable games at home, I mean, you're set right up to grab a couple of easy dubs and sit at 5-5 and be like, hey, here we are. Let's see what we can do. And maybe you get a little confidence out of a quarterback, a rookie. Man, and this is me. This is me. This is the fan, okay? You know, I try to be somewhat impartial sometimes and break shit down, look at shit, try to step out of my own skin and look at shit, but this is me. This is the fan. I'm forever optimistic. I hope the fuck Aiden O'Connell goes out and slings 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Slugs him a fucking leader, Cole on the fucking sideline. Super Trooper, get it? I hope so. I hope he earns this nickname everybody wants to give him. I can't give nobody a nickname yet. And when your only performance looks like that. I'm rooting for the kid. I didn't see it in the tape that I watched. But I don't know. I don't know what playbook he's even looking at now. So let's see. It's kind of exciting a little bit. It's refreshing, honestly. Because usually at this time of the year when your team's just going down the toilet, I was looking forward to a rough ride, man. I honestly thought when they allowed McWeasel to leave Detroit without firing him, doing it old school, I guess Mark gave him the decency to come back home. I guess. But while everybody else is out spending time with their family on Halloween, these guys weren't spending time with their family. They were getting fired from their jobs. So I don't know how much nicer that really was. But I thought I was sitting in for a rough ride, man. I was like, damn, who's he go to quarterback with next week? You know, and I tell you what, if McWeasel was still the head coach, there's no way in fuck I'd want to see Aiden O'Connell this week. 100%. Aiden O'Connell going out in McWeasel's playbook was a death sentence for that kid. He was not ready. Not ready. And he was trying to force that fucking square peg in that round hole. And he was going to do it. He'd just get a bigger hammer and keep beating. Now, you sending that kid out, you're going to play, you're going to dial it way back. You're going to play to his strengths. You're going to do things a whole lot different. Because now you're tailoring it to hopefully you can be successful going forward with him just for this season. So it's a shortened game plan. Let's see, man. I want to be optimistic. You never know. When you make this kind of change, you never know what outcome you're going to get. You never know. I'm excited. Got the assistant GM over here has been promoted, general manager. Antonio Pierce, new head coach. Let's get it. Quarterback coach has been moved up to OC. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Thank y'all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. Where we at time? What are we at, brother? Where we at, little man? Time-wise, let's check it. Damn. This ran fairly smooth this evening. Oh, that's good vibes right there. That's good vibes. I was just in such a positive mood all day. It's very refreshing. When we were looking, I didn't think they were going to fire him. I thought if they let him come home, they weren't going to fire him. And he'd already had another press conference. And I'm like, fucking Jesus, here we go. This is going to be such a train wreck down the season. The rest of the way, my God. You know, and then to now have this refreshing, awesome press conference with your new head coach, your new GM. You've got the possibility of a new quarterback. They've completely gone in a different direction with play calling and everything to play to the rookie. It's just refreshing, considering what we were looking at, what's going to be the rest of the season, which was probably a train wreck. This is so refreshing. So refreshing. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. I appreciate you all. If you're just stumbling across us, follow us on all of our social media platforms. You see scrolling across the top. We will be doing it. I want to do a TikTok Thursday. I didn't do one last week. I do want to do one this week. So after tomorrow's fantasy show, I am going to do a TikTok Thursday over on TikTok. And I'll be taking all questions and comments live. So if you want to join me over there tomorrow right after our fantasy football show, Thursday Night Football will be going on. I'll be kicking it in the studio bar over there, watching shit on the TVs and talking some Raider football with you guys. So join me tomorrow night. Thank you, each and every damn one of you, man. Come and subscribe. We're going to be giving away some shit next week. I'm going to have a couple more t-shirts up, the Fuck Your Team t-shirts. Do I got those? I got those queued up, don't I? Didn't I? Or did I get rid of them? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, fuck you. I can't remember. I thought I had him queued up. I think it's on the other screen. But yes, we got some stuff to give away. You got a chance to win some t-shirts and shit next week. So become a subscriber. Every penny you guys put in, we put back to you. So we appreciate you. We are right at the cusp. Dude, I'm right at the cusp of hitting 20,000 followers. I think we're going to hit it within the next day or two on Facebook. And since our page got took down a year or two ago, our 60,000, we were right at 69, or right at 59,000, like 900 and some followers, just ready to hit 60,000, and they deleted the fucking page. So to be back at almost 20,000, I'm excited to hit that 20,000 mark, man. How do you get a badge? Aaron, right around this video that you're watching, there's a subscribe badge, like the little badge that's next to JoJo's name. You can hit that badge, or you can hit the subscribe button, go to the top of our Facebook page or subscribe button, or go to the website. There's a subscriber tab, a whole page about being a subscriber, and there's a button there too. And they'll all send you to the place where you can become a subscriber. As soon as you're a subscriber, it throws you in our Dark Side Inner Circle group, so you get to hang out in the Cool Kids Club with all the rest of the cool kids, and you can only talk amongst the cool kids. So, yes, Aaron, please be a cool kid. And maybe you can win some goodies next week, too. We got some Fuck Your Team stickers. I still got the poker chips. Poker chips are almost out. I think I got a few more after this raffle, but they're almost out. The 2023 limited edition ones. So, and we're going to do a couple t-shirts next week as well. So, we got some goodies for you. Let's get it, shall we? It's that time of the show. We like to finish it with some fucking smiles and some little puppies and shit. Like this nice little friendly exit out the show. Just a little segment that we like to call. The WTF! I tell you what, I don't know how many motherfuckers are standing at the counter at Raider Reaction right now. I'll go out there's a line right now of people coming to fucking cash shit in. Shit that's been said in the first half of the season. Dude, I've even had motherfuckers come to trying to cash checks from things that were said in like August in conversations that were had before the season. Do you not understand that sports are a production-based industry? And you can literally go from gold to shit overnight, week to week. Everybody. What you may have thought of them in the offseason, going in before they even played one game or one snap of fucking preseason, compared to what you think about somebody 8 weeks into a fucking sports season, into the National Football League season? You think it's going to be the same? Are people that stupid? Because, man, you guys have no idea. I know you're on pages, but to own one of these pages and see the amount of notifications that we get and the absolute stupid shit that people say, it is amazing. Also, Commish, I'm benching your boy Jimmy. How's he my boy? Because I supported the quarterback of the Raiders who was starting out the season, so now he's my boy? If it was Derek, I would have supported him. If it was any motherfucker, Joe Schmo quarterback, I would have supported him. How's he my boy? It's just like, people listen, and then they just take little bits and pieces and put it together and try to make it into something. That's not even remotely what anybody said. My opinions of this team going forward are going to be completely different than anything I said in the first half of the season. I can guarantee you that. Because the team just completely changed. It just came from an ugly-ass caterpillar and morphed into a beautiful silver and black butterfly, hopefully, that's going to fucking fly and soar high the rest of the season. We hope. There's been a big transformation that's just happened. So, no. Jimmy G should absolutely get benched. He was only brought in because he was supposed to be a system guy for that system. That system's gone. Now he's just waiting. He's dead. Put him on the curb. Put a twist tie on his ass. Put Brian Hoyer right next to him. Let's hope he can do something. Let's hope the rookie can do something this week in a simplified game plan. Let's get it going forward, man. But understand, what the fuck? Sports change every week. Every week. I mean, Russell Wilson was once a great quarterback in this league. And now look at him now. Now we make fun of him on a daily basis. It's awesome. So, that's how quick it happens. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy the ride the rest of the season. It's going to be exciting. Renewed life, Raider Nation. Renewed life. I'll see you tomorrow night for some fantasy football action. I'm out. Peace, love. Raider Nation.